Marianne DeNovellis here with a six-figure mastermind. We're going to teach you how to use clarity and get obsessed and be relentless in order how to achieve your goals. I love this conversation of how to achieve your goals and dreams, because think about it. I mean, why else are we even on the planet? I can guarantee you that you were not put on this planet to grow up, pay bills, and die. I don't know anyone that's their goal or their dream. I mean, I'm sure we want to have goals to pay off our bills and to take care of all of that debt that comes up, but it's not your dream. I mean, I can almost guarantee it because you're here, you're sitting right in front of me and we're sharing this time together. I bet you have dreams that excite you. I bet you have dreams that are fun for you, that sound amazing to you, things that you've never done before. Maybe you got inspired by someone that you saw online. Maybe you got inspired by a friend, or maybe you had this idea just come to you and say, I want to do that. I want to be that. So how do we do it? How do we achieve what our mind wants to create? Our first thing that you're going to need to do is create clarity. Clarity looks like this. We're going to get so specific on what our dreams look like that they will be absolutely recognizable when they come to our path. Let me give you an example, okay? Let's say that one of your goals or one of your dreams is a dream home. And this is a really common phrase. People find this all the time. They say it all the time. A dream home. What is my dream home? If you have a dream home, why is it your dream home? Think about this for a minute. Think about whatever goal you have, whatever dream you have, whatever it is that you have taken off the shelf, dusted off and said, I want this. What is it? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it feel? What do you feel when you're around it? Let's take this dream home, for example. We're going to get super clear on this, okay? You've got this dream home in your mind. You've created it in your mind. It doesn't exist in reality yet. Maybe it does, but you don't live there, but it doesn't exist in your reality yet, but you know what it is. So, for example, your dream home with your clarity looks like this. My dream home has French doors. It's a 10,000 square foot home. It's painted white and gray and blue, and it's got 6 bedrooms. It's got a workout room. It's got a second story that opens up downstairs to the first story. It's got an aviary in it with waterfalls and butterflies and birds and fountains. It's got this amazing bathroom with this pink quartz granite countertop that I absolutely love. It's got rose gold handles on the faucets. My bathroom has this cool wraparound with this wet side where you have the bath and the shower. Then it goes into this dry side of the bathroom where I have my towels and getting ready and my sinks and my makeup. The bedroom that I have in my dream house is so majestic. It's got this really beautiful airy feel to it. It's got white curtains on the white walls with some accents of gray and silver. I have 2 dressers on either side of my bed that are covered in mirrors, and I've got this beautiful dark purple throw that goes over my bed, and it's so soft. It's made of chenille. My carpet is double plush, beautiful carpet. You know, we're getting super detailed here. I don't know the brand of carpet, but I would go look it up. I want this carpet. When I go to the department store, or I go to the home goods store, or I go to the home construction store, I'm going to look for those things that create my home because I know what I'm looking for. That's why we need absolute 100% clarity, is because we need to know what it is that we're looking for. If you have a goal that says, well, you know, I want to be happy, what does that even mean? What does it mean to be happy? What would create happiness in your world? Well, maybe happiness really means I would love to take a trip with my family to Hawaii. I want to spend a week on Oahu, on Waikiki, on the North Shore, and doing fun things together. I want to see my kids chasing waves in and out of the ocean. That's what that specific idea of happy would look like. If you have a goal that says, well, I just want to be healthy, what does healthy look like? What is clarity when it comes to health? What's your body fat percentage? What does the number on the scale say? What does it feel like to go shopping? What's the pant size that you have? What's the shirt size? What's the circumference measurement on your muscles? What does all of that get? What are your stats? What does that get to look like for you? When you have goals, if you have really ethereal, or what I lovingly refer to as potpourri goals that smell all pretty but you don't exactly know what it is, you won't achieve them because you have no idea what they are. So you must get absolute 100% crystal clear on what it is that you want so that you recognize it when it's presented to you. So the first thing you got to have is clarity. The second objective you've got to have in your toolkit when achieving your goals and dreams is relentlessness. You must be absolutely, unwaveringly, unconditionally relentless in achieving your goals. So what does it mean to be relentless? Relentless means I hold to my goals no matter what. I don't give up. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what investments I have to make. It doesn't matter the cost. It doesn't matter how much time I have to spend dedicated to it. I am relentless in achieving my goals. It means I don't give up. It means whatever comes my way, my goal is more important than the excuse. This is why people most of the time give up on their goals, is because they valued whatever excuse more than the goal. So let's take an example of this. Let's take the example, I have a goal to be on time. Maybe you're one of those people that is consistently showing up 5 to 10 minutes late for your appointments. Maybe people count on you to be late. Maybe that's like the kind of person you develop to be. And you've got, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be the late guy. I want to be the on-time guy. I want to be the one that people can count on to be on time. So that's my goal. My goal with clarity is going to be I want to be 15 minutes early on site to whatever appointments that I have. You see the crystal clarity there? I've got a specific benchmark of 15 minutes early to whatever appointment I'm showing up to. Okay? Are you going to let the excuses overrule your goal? Let's say maybe you've had this goal before and you didn't achieve it the first time and you said, well, I didn't get there 15 minutes early. I actually got there 15 minutes late, but I have a really legitimate reason. That says, you know what? I was doing this thing. My alarm didn't go off soon enough. It's my alarm's fault. That's a perfect example of letting your excuse have mastery over your goal rather than your goal having mastery over your excuses. It's not your alarm's fault that you didn't get there on time. It's all on you. Sorry, that's a hard pill to swallow for some people, but who was in charge of setting your alarm? You were in charge of that. I actually had this happen to me. I run a daily coaching call very, very early in the morning from 5:15 to 5:45, and I did not set my alarm. I didn't set it off to go off in time, and I woke up after the call was over. And I've got several people that rely on me to be there for that call, and I've got several coaches that I'm training to lead that call for their own people. Now, in this case, I had one of my coaches that I was teaching and training that took over the call and kind of covered it for me when I slept in. But I was like, this is not okay with me. I'm not okay with this excuse overruling. So tomorrow, I'm going to double and triple my alarm so that I make sure that I wake up on time so that I'm early to that call rather than completely missing it. I had to laugh because I opened up my phone and I saw at least 12 alarms for different times in the day, and they were all turned off. And I was like, well, there goes my excuse because I am in charge and I am relentlessly dedicated to my goal. So you must not allow your excuses to overrule your objectives. You must be relentless if you are to achieve your goal. The next quality that you have to embody in achieving your goal is absolute obsession. Now, obsession can be going one of two ways, right? People can say, oh my gosh, you're so obsessed about video games. And that's all you spend your time doing. And maybe you're so obsessed over using your computer and using on Facebook. Or maybe you're obsessed over sugar. Or maybe you have all these different obsessions. Obsession definitely has a counterfeit. Obsession's counterfeit is addiction. And when you think of addiction, usually we think about, drugs, alcohol, all sorts of addictions like that hold us captive. Well, think about this. Think about if the counterfeit of obsession is addiction, and addiction means we're premeditating doing it. You take an alcohol addict, for example. They are constantly looking for the next way to get their fix. You can have a Facebook addiction, be constantly searching for ways to get your next Facebook fix. Maybe the people that have a Facebook addiction are secretly using their phones while they're on the freeway, and trying to find different ways to fit Facebook in their lives, even when it's not safe or legal to do so, because they have this addiction. Now let's shift gears and make it an obsession. What would it look like for you to be completely obsessed with your goal? That means it's on your mind all the time. You're constantly looking for new ways and new avenues to get your goal and to get what you want. You're constantly premeditating and saying, okay, I've got this thing coming up, but how can I squeeze in 5 minutes of working on my goal and taking my next step goal before this thing? This obsession gets to embody your mind, your soul, your body, your heart, your spirit. Your obsession gets to come over all of you and go into every cell in your body, every thought in your head gets to be obsessed with this goal. Now that makes you really question whether your goals are worthwhile and the highest and best for you, doesn't it? If it's going to be on your mind and your heart all the time, it better be worth living. If it's not worth doing, it's not worth living for. Your goals have to be something that you would be willing to put it all on the line for. Now here's the last and possibly the most important step in achieving your goals and dreams. It's something that I lovingly refer to as breakthrough. Breakthrough takes all of this mental capacity. You know you're going to have a mindset for your goals. You know you're going to have a skill set for your goals. But if your mindset is junk, so is your skill set, because your mindset will sabotage your skill set every single time. Your mindset has to be totally clear, because I know you. You've set goals before and you haven't achieved them. That's why we're talking together today. Why? Why did you not achieve it? That's what the breakthrough is designed to overcome. I want to know why your goal didn't happen. Maybe it's because you had this thought that said, I can't, or I don't have time, or I've tried over and over and over again and nothing works. Breakthrough takes care of the entire mindset and says, let's question these thoughts that aren't serving us and create thoughts that do. In another one of our videos, we talk about how our thoughts create our results, and we talk about how that system actually works. It's true that your thoughts create your results. If you have anything in your mind that is sabotaging your goal, let's say you have a goal of generating $10,000. You want to create $10,000 this month. You have all of the skill set that you need. You've got this action plan, but your mind says, oh, that's scary. I've never done that before. Maybe I can't. That single thought, if you knew the power of that single thought, you knew the power that that thought had to sabotage what you're creating, you wouldn't go anywhere near it. So here's breakthrough, and I want you to do this with me. Think about your goal. Consider that goal in your mind. You got it? Is it clear? Crystal clear? You can see the color of the paint on the walls? Okay, now that you've got your goal, ask yourself, what's the number one thought? What's the number one idea? What's the number one limiting thought that comes up for me when I consider achieving this goal? Pause the video if you need to. Get that number one thought. Okay, you've got your number one thought, that number one limiting thought, that limiting belief that's getting in your way. Now ask yourself, what is it costing me to hold on to this thought? What's it costing me to hold on to this idea? Is it costing me just my goal? Or is it costing me so much more? Where else in my world is this showing up? Where else is evidence showing up that supports this limiting idea? And pretty soon you're going to start to feel, oh, that feels heavy. That feels yucky. I can't believe that that single idea is costing so much. But it absolutely is. And here's the linchpin. Because that's true, the opposite is also true. If you flip the thought, you flip the results. So let's ask yourself, what is a thought that would serve me better instead? What idea would help me get to my goal, rather than this idea of I can't, or I don't have time, or it's not worth it, or I'm not worth it? All of that garbage has got to get out of your head so that you can replace it with something that actually supports you in your goal. So what is the idea that would support you? And I want you to write it down. In fact, if you really want to take this a next step further, I'm going to challenge you. Here's the official challenge. Grab a pad of sticky notes, a fresh, new, clean pad. If you need to go to the store and buy some, go do it. Grab a fresh pad of sticky notes. You're going to write on every single sticky note the brand new idea that supports you in your goal. Maybe it's an idea like, man, I'm amazing. Man, I'm a powerhouse producer. I know exactly what I need to do. I take my inspired next step. I know how to create $10,000 every month. One of those thoughts, or one of your own, that motivates you to your next step. You're going to write that idea on every single sticky note in that entire stack and stick them all over your house. I don't care if your dog looks at you funny. I don't care if your kids say, what the heck are all these doing here? I don't care if your spouse goes, whoa, the house is covered in pink sticky notes. None of that matters. No excuses. Your goal gets to be your obsession, and your belief gets to support it. If you do those things in order to achieve your goals and dreams, your goals and dreams then become bulletproof. Go out there, get relentless, get obsessive, and go get your dreams. Okay, guys, you've got clarity. You know exactly what it is what you want. Now it's time to get obsessed. So comment below. I want to know what you're obsessed about, what your passion is. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.